Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Today, we're diving into a topic that's often shrouded in myths and misconceptions: sex. That's right, we're going to debunk some of the most common myths and clear up misconceptions to help you have a more informed and fulfilling sexual life. Understanding the truth about sex is essential for a healthy and fulfilling sexual life. Many of us grow up surrounded by misleading information or unrealistic portrayals in media, and that can shape our beliefs and expectations in unhelpful ways. So let's set the record straight. Ready? Let's dive in. Myth 1. Sex is only about physical pleasure. Our first myth is that sex is only about physical pleasure. This idea suggests that the primary goal of sex is just to experience physical gratification. While physical pleasure is undoubtedly a significant part of sex, it's not the whole story. Sex also has emotional and relational dimensions. For many people, sex is a way to express love, deepen intimacy, and strengthen emotional bonds. Studies show that the emotional connection and satisfaction derived from sex can be just as important as the physical pleasure. In fact, research from the Journal of Sex Research highlights that couples who view sex as an emotional connection experience higher levels of overall relationship satisfaction. So, while physical pleasure is important, it's essential to remember that sex is also about connection, trust, and emotional closeness. Myth 2. Sex should be spontaneous and effortless. Moving on to our second myth, that sex should be spontaneous and effortless. There's a notion that great sex should just happen without much thought or planning. In reality, good sex often requires communication, consent, and sometimes even a bit of planning. Here's the thing: being open with your partner about your desires, setting the mood, and making time for intimacy can enhance your sexual experiences. Research from the Kinsey Institute shows that couples who actively communicate about their sexual needs and preferences tend to have more satisfying and fulfilling sex lives. So, don't be afraid to plan a romantic evening or discuss what you both enjoy. It's all part of creating a healthy and satisfying sexual relationship. Myth 3. Men always want sex more than women. Our third myth is that men always want sex more than women. This stereotype is not only outdated but also misleading. Research shows that sexual desire varies greatly among individuals regardless of gender. A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that women's sexual desire is just as varied as men's, and in some cases, women may have a higher level of sexual desire than men. Factors like stress, emotional connection, and hormonal changes can influence sexual desire in both genders. It's important to remember that sexual desire is personal and can vary widely, so it's not accurate to generalize based on gender. Myth 4. If you're not having sex, something is wrong with your relationship. Our fourth myth is that if you're not having sex, there must be something wrong with your relationship. Reduced sexual activity doesn't necessarily indicate relationship problems. There are many reasons couples might not be having sex, from busy schedules and stress to personal health issues. According to the American Psychological Association, many couples navigate periods of reduced sexual activity and still have strong, healthy relationships. What's important is maintaining open communication and addressing any concerns together. Focus on the overall health of your relationship and finding ways to connect emotionally, rather than fixating solely on the frequency of sex. Myth 5. Sexual performance can be accurately judged by frequency and intensity. Next up is the myth that sexual performance can be accurately judged by frequency and intensity. This belief suggests that the measure of good sex is how often and how intensely it happens. However, sexual satisfaction isn't just about how often you have sex or how intense it is. It's also about connection, mutual pleasure, and emotional fulfillment. A study in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy found that satisfaction in sexual relationships is more strongly correlated with emotional connection and communication than with frequency or intensity. So it's crucial to focus on quality and connection, rather than just the metrics of frequency and intensity. Myth 6. Contraceptives make sex less enjoyable. Our sixth myth is that contraceptives make sex less enjoyable. Some people worry that using contraception will reduce pleasure or complicate the experience. Actually, many modern contraceptives are designed to be effective without interfering with pleasure. There are various types available, from condoms to hormonal options, and each has its own benefits. It's about finding what works best for you and your partner. The key is to communicate openly about preferences and explore options that enhance both safety and pleasure. Remember, using contraception is an important part of sexual health and safety, and it doesn't have to detract from the enjoyment of sex. Myth 7. All sexual activities are the same. Our seventh myth is that all sexual activities are the same. This is far from the truth. Sexual preferences and activities vary widely among individuals. What feels good and what people enjoy can be incredibly diverse. The key is to explore and understand your own desires and those of your partner. Open communication about what you both enjoy can lead to a more satisfying sexual experience. Explore and communicate. Embrace the diversity of sexual experiences and take time to discover what works for you and your partner. Myth 8. Sex should always be perfect. Lastly, let's tackle the myth that sex should always be perfect. This idea sets up unrealistic expectations that can lead to disappointment. Sex, like any other aspect of life, can be imperfect, and that's completely normal. Embracing vulnerability and being willing to experiment can lead to more enjoyable experiences. It's important to focus on the connection and enjoyment, rather than striving for an unattainable, perfect experience. Remember, the best sexual experiences come from being present, connected, and open with each other. To wrap things up, we've debunked some common myths about sex and highlighted the importance of understanding and communication in fostering a healthy sexual life. Accurate information and open dialogue are key to navigating sexual relationships in a positive way. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below with your thoughts or any myths you'd like us to cover next, and don't forget to subscribe for more valuable insights into sexual health and relationships. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.